Central Bank Governor Dr. Nandalal Veerasinghe said that the government has shared the terms of a $4.2 billion debt deal with other creditors, a key sticking point which countries like India, paving the way for more loans from the International Monetary Fund. During an interview in Colombo, Governor Dr. Nandalal Veerasinghe said that he hopes the Official Creditors Committee, which is led by Japan, India and the Paris Club of Nations, will now propose an agreement to restructure Sri Lanka's debt. The governor expects that it will allow the IMF to approve a payout of $330 million before the end of the year. Sri Lanka's recent debt deal with the Export-Import Bank of China caught the IMF and creditor nations such as India by surprise, with some officials raising concerns about the lack of transparency over the agreement. China, which is Sri Lanka's biggest bilateral lender, is not part of the Official Creditors Committee. Veerasinghe said details of the China agreement have now been shared with the Creditor Committee and the IMF. He said that Sri Lanka hopes that official creditors will also respond with their support so that the country can go ahead with the IMF's funding program. Dr. Nandalal Veerasinghe went on to state that Sri Lanka is trying to reach a debt restructuring agreement with its bilateral creditors and bondholders to allow it to keep receiving uninterrupted fund tranches under a $3 billion bailout package with the IMF. The bailout package is expected to help further stabilize the economy after the worst crisis in 7 decades last year, which forced the nation to default on its debt for the first time in its history. The CBSL governor said that Sri Lanka is moving in the right direction in achieving these goals. During the interview, he also highlighted that Sri Lanka is well in line with targets set out in the IMF program, including building foreign exchange reserves and central bank credit to the government. He further expressed his interest in seeing an increase of reserves to about 3 months of import cover, but may not be as much as the IMF is recommending, as the country intends to eventually move toward a fully floating exchange rate status quo. CBSL governor also said that monetary policy transmission would speed up and that the gap between policy and market rates would narrow once uncertainties over debt restructuring are cleared.